I'm joined with manager Ben Greenhalgh after our 2-0 win at home in our pre-season friendly against Dulwich Hamlet. Ben, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, really well organised performance, and I think it's something that we've probably worked towards a little bit. I wouldn't say we've gone through the motions in pre-season, but you go through phases where it's like just minutes, not bothered about certain things, but while trying to take it serious. Whereas we always pushed towards today. We always said this was going to be the first test where we're going to be a little bit more serious as well. It felt like a proper league game. Teams weren't doing changes at half time, so I think it was a really well worked performance, and I think it was something we knew we were going to have to be organised, we were going to have to communicate, and that's something that we wanted to improve at this year, and I thought we were brilliant at that in the first half. It was a lot of off the ball stuff, difficult, hard work, and we were sort of onto each other about it, and there were a couple of moments where we felt like we could have done more, but they didn't cause us any problems, and Tom didn't have much to do the first half, so it was really well defended. Actually, we probably had the better chances in the first half. We had a couple of breakaway opportunities where we nicked the ball and worked our way in, but from the hard work we knew at half time it was going to be a different story. It was progressive performance, and in the second half it was we went at them even more, and we went and scored 2 goals, so I thought it was just brilliant all round.
Although we always touch on that results don't matter in pre-season, but you've mentioned yourself, I think after the Whitstable game, that these mistakes will count into an half week's time. And it looked today that the clear-cut chances that we did have, we did take really well. So is that an improvement on the pre-season that we've moved forward? Yeah,
I think I'd look at it more on the other side of things, because I don't think when you sort of going towards the goal, I don't think people are leaving anything in them, no matter what game, because everyone wants to score. But I think the main thing was defensively, we were as a group, rather than sort of hanging people out to dry as such, and then not being as compact as probably what we should be. Whereas today we were compact, we were well organised. And look, maybe it's a little bit where we went through a lot on Thursday, and everyone worked really hard Thursday night, and our sort of stats were high, and I was a little bit concerned with how much we worked on Thursday to be able to come in and be fresh today. But I thought it was brilliant in general, and I thought we just looked more as a group, more as a team, and I think it's been hard because, like we said, we were focused at Whitstable trying to get a result. We were a little bit down after that game and things, but really we hadn't worked on enough to be able to go and play our own way, whereas today we played our own way, we were organised, and we went and got a 2-0 result, so they're the ones that you're going to take a lot from.
Obviously Tom Derry chipped in with a goal today which opened his account this season. How important is he going to be this year? He looks to be a very physical striker, and it looks like he's settling in well to the squad now.
Yeah, Tom is someone that I think he come in last year and maybe didn't get the numbers that he wanted as a goal scorer, but he was so effective in all other ways. He was winning a lot of headers, he was getting a lot of assists and creating a lot of chances, and that's at the end of the day, if your number 9's not scoring, you want him to be involved, and that's what he was. And he progressively got better as well from where he hadn't played loads of football at Folkestone. So he's come and done a pre-season, and he's looked really good in pre-season this year. And it's another one where he's a certain player where he'll rise to the occasion. I think we were just having a chat in there about sort of your Corinthians and your Whitstables. It's hard to make the game as realistic as it is for someone like Tom, whereas today the game was real. He knew what his job was, we knew what his job was to get the ball into him, and it worked really well, and he was really effective.
I don't think it's any secret that you've got probably more pressure than most of the players, being the manager and a player yourself. Does it make your job easier when you're putting in the performances that you do? Obviously you chipped in with a goal again today. Does it make it easier when you're relaying those instructions to players that you're backing them up yourself?
Yes and no, yeah. I think it's one of them. I think we've brought in the right players that know me as a person and as a player, and I think they know sort of what's happened at Margate over the last 3, 4, 5 years, and not saying I'm always the first name in the team sheet whatsoever, but they understand why I'm in the team and when I'm in the team, and it's going to be the same situation. If certain players aren't performing the way that we want them to, then we're changing. That's what I just said to them in there. We've got 17, 18 players who are all ready to start, and it may not be a massive squad, but I think when you look at it, we've got players that will be frustrated on the first game of the season when they're not starting, and that's brilliant, that's what we need, but they need to be patient and know we're going to have 55 plus games this year because of the way we've entered the FA Trophy early. You enter every cup even earlier than probably what we were used to in the past, so there's going to be a lot of games and everyone's going to have their chance at some point, so we need to stick together and we need to trust in each other, which I think we will do.
Got 2 more games of pre-season left now, one on Tuesday at Hartstown Park, and then we're away to Dover next Saturday. Are you happy with where we are, or what's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, really happy, really happy. Well, like we said, we wanted to get to this point on this weekend to be right. We're giving it a go now. Energy levels brilliant, fitness levels. We're in every game we're taking it 2 teams for the full 90 minutes. I think our second half performance have been really good all season, all pre-season. So really happy with where our fitness is at. Happy now with where our sort of organisation is at, because that's something that we've probably delayed a little bit, where we've gone a lot of games and less training. I thought today we just looked really organised, so really happy with where we're at. And it's hard because over the last 6-7 weeks we're probably demanding too much, when we've got to remember we're a part-time team that probably doesn't have the opportunity to train as much, and we've probably had a few moments where we could have done with rotating more players and not been as focused on results. So players have done a lot this pre-season, so we're going to have to keep managing them, but at the same time we're hitting the ground running when we wanted to.
Perfect. Cheers, Ben.
Cheers, guys.